Thank you so much, everybody. It's such a pleasure to be able to stand here before you all today. Thank you for giving your time on such a wonderful occasion. I'm so excited to be able to talk to you about the programs that we are launching at KidsXpress. But before I was head of programs at KidsXpress, I had another life. I was a teacher and I was a school counsellor, and I spent 10 years of my career working in Mount Druitt schools. Anybody from Mount Druitt? Anybody worked in Mount Druitt? Yeah. In that time in Mount Druitt, I saw incredible resilience, and I saw some of the most heartbreaking stories day after day after day that will stay with me for the rest of my life. And now I want to take you back to school just for a moment, because at the beginning of every school year, as the teacher, as the school counsellor, it was my job to come to the beginning of your assemblies and get a bit of a sense of, all right, let's have a look at kindy. Let's see what we've got. Let's see exactly how many cats we're going to be herding. So I'm going to invite you to assembly right now, and I'm going to ask you to be upstanding. Now, have a look and see if you have a packet of pencils or a lollipop either on your seat or next to your seat. And if you are one of those people, could you hold them up? All right. Congratulations, guys. You have won the lottery of life, and you may take a seat. Now, what we know, when we get a group of little kindergarten people together, we know that approximately a third of those little kindy people have won the lottery of life in their very short years, because they have come from families of care. They have come from families of love, of responsiveness, of every need that they have to be successful, to be bright little bunnies, has been met. So they really have won that lottery of life. But guess what, guys? There's an awful lot of us still standing up, hey? So now I'm going to invite these sections here to take a seat. Those of you who've just sat down, thank you. You guys over there, you're still standing up. Please have a seat. Now, what we know about you is that in any group of kindergarten people, 51% of those children haven't been so lucky, because in the short years that they've been alive, they've actually experienced some significant adversity. We know that between around 51% of the general population have experienced some form of adverse childhood experience, some form of childhood abuse, some form of neglect, or some form of household dysfunction, such as maybe a parent experiencing mental health issues, drug and alcohol issues, homelessness. There's a lot of us, hey? And of course, we still have some wonderful friends over here. And for you guys, we know that in any group of kindergarten people, we have a smaller, 16 approximately % of the group have experienced 4 or more adverse childhood experiences. Thank you, please have a seat. 4 or more adverse childhood experiences means that those children are significantly impaired in their learning and behaviour. Now, that's a huge problem. We know that in Australia, childhood trauma is considered the leading health epidemic worldwide. It's massive. We know that in an average classroom, 13 out of 30 children are learning impaired because of the toxic stress in their brains and bodies with what they've experienced. We know the cost of the economy is $9 billion a year. That's huge, but that's not actually what I'm here to talk to you about today, because at KidsXpress, we're dealing with that. We work with children who've experienced adversity, and we transform their lives through the healing power of art, music, drama, play therapy. What I'm here to talk to you about today is the hidden children, the baby brothers and the baby sisters who are also experiencing those ACEs, but they aren't old enough to get to an assembly where there's a school counsellor like me, where there's a KidsXpress therapist who can access them, who can provide the healing therapy that is going to cancel out the impact of that toxic stress and is going to provide them with a stronger, better, more resilient future. Those baby brothers and sisters is who we are targeting with our new program today. With your help, we are launching a dyad program for the under 5s. Until now, in Australia, those children are in the shadows. Those children whose brains are getting built every single second. 1 million neurons are getting wired together in those little baby brains, and there's nothing that prevents the impact of that toxic stress. We will work with them and we will work with their caregivers to provide healing therapy that transforms their lives, that transforms the lives of their carers and facilitates responsive, caregiving, loving support that we know dramatically changes someone's life outcomes. Before I go, I want to leave you with a story. Just the other day, we had a call from a referrer, a caseworker, and she was referring a little girl to our care. And we took the details, and it was a very experienced therapist who took the call. And as we talked through the case and we took all the details down, towards the end of the conversation, she said, "So how do you know about KidsXpress?" And she said, "Oh, Chris, you don't remember me, do you? I was in your program 14 years ago. I was one of those kids, and you saved my life. And now, I want to do that for this little person. Will you help me?" So my question to you today is, will you help me? Will you help us create a future that those children deserve? This will be the first program of its kind in Sydney, in New South Wales, and to the best of our knowledge, the first program of its kind in Australia. The healing powers of expressive therapy for under 5 children, transforming their outcomes. And you have the choice to make that happen today. Please give as much as you can. For every family that we help, $2,200. We're launching with 18 families. With every extra dollar that you give, there are so many thousands of children who need this help. Every dollar makes a difference, and we have strong, talented, experienced therapists just waiting to be able to pull these children out of the shadows. Thank you so much for your help. It's been a pleasure.